Welcome back to Crypto Torah. On today's video, we'd like to discuss multiple different types of cryptocurrencies. Unfortunately, I do not have a very long period of time today to actually discuss with all of you the current market, but of course I will try to be there as long as possible. So therefore, I would really like to get started. But what I think is absolutely important as well is that if you are right now actually not yet subscribed to this channel, or if you haven't smashed up those thumbs down below, it will be actually highly appreciated. So let's get started actually by taking a quick look at these two levels right here on Chainlink on the daily time frame. Well, what I think is important right here is that actually this level underneath us will be a level of support. Why is this the case? Is because if we place a fixed range volume profile from swing low towards swing high in the immediate short term, you can see that the most amount of volume was traded at approximately $20. So therefore, this will be a level of support underneath us. Also, if we enable the 200-day moving average, you can see that this is actually way further above us, and we did break out above it. So I'm actually just saying this in case we see a worst case scenario playing itself out, and we do see a decline heading towards this area. But personally, I would prefer to actually see Chainlink holding strong where it's currently at and see a further continuation of momentum towards the upside, and of course not anymore seeing a decline towards the $20 range, because I think that would be quite devastating for the trend right now. But what I think is important is that Chainlink right now is actually trading above the 26.62 level. I personally thought that this would not occur, but we have seen a major movement towards the upside, and if we place a fixed range volume profile from swing low towards swing high to see our previous downtrend, you can see that this level at this point in time was actually where we saw the most amount of volume being traded, and therefore right now I personally think it is quite likely that we are going to find a support where we are right now trading above. So that is for sure something that could perhaps happen. And as well, what I think is interesting is that if we look at the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame, it will be serving as a level of support underneath as well. So if we do actually break down below the 26.61, or well, the 20.36 Fibonacci, or sorry, level of resistance due to the fixed range volume profile, we will for sure be seeing as well the 200-day moving average underneath us as a level of support. Well, this being said, I would like to place right away actually a Fibonacci based extension by selecting swing low towards its swing high in the immediate short term, and afterwards heading straight back down towards its swing low once more. So if we place this Fibonacci, you can see that we are actually trading right now underneath the 50 range of Fibonacci at $27.89. What I think is important right here is that actually we are getting rejected underneath this range. So if we are right now going to see actually a decline taking place underneath it, it is likely that we are going to find support on top of the 32.2 Fibonacci at approximately $24.89. The reason why is because you can clearly see that it is aligning together with the 200-day moving average on the daily time frame, but as well we have previously already found support on top of it, and if we head further back, we can clearly see that we found support on top of it priorly as well. So that is also one of the reasons why I personally think that this will become the new stronghold. Sorry for that. And that is for sure something I think is absolutely interesting. So I would like to lastly enable the EMA ribbon. What you can see on the EMA ribbon is that this is actually turning the momentum around. We are not anymore experiencing resistance underneath, but we are right now breaking out above it, and we are clearly seeing a crossover right here. So within the upcoming days, we are actually going to experience a crossover and momentum towards the upside getting started, and as well as support range actually underneath us getting formed by the EMA ribbon. So you can clearly see that this is actually below the 38.2 range. So if we are going to see a decline within the upcoming hours and days, it is likely that we are going to get supported by the EMA ribbon, and that as well we are going to see that eventual longs taking over the shorts and support being created underneath the price action of Chainlink. So right now I'm absolutely very bullish on this trend so far, and I think that we are going to experience major movement towards the upside. So let's take a quick look as well at prior data, and I would like to actually head towards another point in time where we did actually see well, a major decline. So we have seen this major decline. We did actually see as well a major decline right here. It was actually a way further decline than what we have seen during the past couple of months. But as well, we did see a major decline and a major run-up taking place. Right now, I personally think that it is likely that if we break above the ranges where we got priorly rejected, we could experience a major move on Chainlink. So if we do actually break out above this area, I personally think that we will be heading towards a new all-time high. The reason why is because if we look at the chart, what you're seeing is that we clearly get rejected once we reach this range. We got rejected right here as well. Once we broke down below it, wanted to go up, we got rejected exactly at the $35.10, and previously we have seen rejection as well taking place underneath this level. So therefore, if we do actually within the upcoming days and weeks see Chainlink once more increasing in price, I personally think that once we reach the $35.14 range at 78.6 Fibonacci, it will be absolutely crucial to break out above it, find support on top of it, and at that point in time, I will be guaranteeing you that we will be heading towards a new all-time high. I personally think it is just a matter of time, but that this is actually a very likely possibility right now on Chainlink, and therefore I wanted to share that with you. Also, let's discuss the 4-hourly time frame, and what I think is important, well, as I said previously, is to hold strong or on top of this range where we are currently trading at $26.36, or perhaps see a decline right now taking place heading towards the $24.89 at 38.2 Fibonacci. Well, what are the options? Let's discuss those, and let's take a look for sure at the MACD. So on the MACD, what I think is important to know is that we actually saw already for quite a while not a significant momentum taking place. We've only seen a sideways trading. We did actually see a minor increase after this crossover, but right now we are getting rejected underneath the 27.89 at the 50 range of Fibonacci, let's say, underneath the $27.89, and we are right now experiencing a crossover on the 4-hourly time frame, meaning that we could right now see a further decline taking place heading towards that stronghold on top of the $38.20 due to the fact that I explained you previously. We have seen actually at that range as already support being found in the past, resistance underneath, and as well, if we head even further back, we could see as well resistance underneath and support on top of that range. So that is of course of utmost importance. And let's take a quick look as well at the 1-hourly MACD. On the 1-hourly MACD, we have already experienced major momentum towards the downside. That is as well very noticeable on the chart. We have already seen that decline taking place, and I think that is actually quite good to know that we are right now actually creating a stronghold on top of the $26.36. We have seen that once we break out above this range, we most of the times create a small stronghold, and that this is actually a very significant level. So right now that will be exactly the same, but due to the fact that we're seeing a crossover on the 4-hourly time frame, I think unfortunately we won't be able to hold strong on top of this area, and we will be declining towards the 38.2 at $24.89. Also very important to know is that if we enable right away the RSI, and let's take a quick look at it, we are seeing a further decline on it. Of course, very logical because we have already seen a major decline as well on the chart. So right now, what I think is good to know is that we are still seeing a minor bullish divergence taking place, but it all depends on if we are going to see a further decline below the 26.35 Fibonacci. Support. I'm getting confused by this red line, but this is a support line due to the fact that we traded a large amount of volume right there. And what you're seeing is that we are still experiencing a minor bullish divergence. Therefore, we are as well creating that stronghold where we are currently trading at. We are seeing this minor higher low getting created on the chart, and at the same point in time, we are seeing this lower low getting created on the RSI. Therefore, we are right now seeing a minor stronghold getting created, but I personally think that this won't be enough to actually hold there and don't see a further decline taking place. What I think is good to know is that if we do see that further decline towards the 38.2, I'm very sure we will actually be able to hold strong on top of this range. And the reason why is because if we break down all the way towards the 38.2 Fibonacci, We will be seeing as well the RSI most likely breaking down below the dotted line because we are already quite far below, and therefore a trend reversal or a reversal in momentum is likely to occur. So that is also the reason why I personally think that if we head towards the 38 range at $24.89, we will be actually creating a stronghold. Well, this is what I wanted to discuss on the 1 hourly, and let's head towards the 4 hourly RSI. So on the 4 hourly RSI, we are actually not seeing any type of bullish nor bearish divergence. We were seeing a bearish divergence clearly once we reached the 50 range of Fibonacci at $27.89. The reason why is because we did see actually a higher high and a lower high, very noticeable on the RSI and on the chart as well. So therefore we did actually see that rejection taking place underneath the 50 range, and we are right now heading towards that 26.36 cent support shown on the chart. So, well, yeah, as I said previously, we could still see that decline heading towards the 38.2, and I think that is actually highly likely to occur. What I think is good to know right here as well on the RSI is that if we do see actually a further decline taking place towards the 38.2, we will be as well seeing a type of bullish divergence, if you ask me, getting formed. So therefore I am actually quite sure we are going to see that stronghold getting found on top of this range. Why are we going to create that bullish divergence? Well, I will explain that to you right away. It's because if we do actually right now see a further decline of approximately, let's take a quick look, 5% on Chainlink, I am actually quite sure that we will be seeing quite a major decline as well on the RSI, and therefore we will be actually creating a higher low on the chart, and we will be creating a lower low on the RSI, therefore seeing a bullish divergence taking place and creating a stronghold on top of the 24.98 89 Fibonacci at 38.2% of Fibonacci. So that is what I wanted to show you, of course, right away on Chainlink. If you're liking the content, do not forget to give me a comment down below in the comment section. I would highly appreciate that. I really like the interaction, guys, so it would be absolutely great. Also, what do we get rejected? Well, we can clearly place a trend line right now to just show that to you. We could say right here we are seeing this trend line, and this is a ascending resistance. So this ascending resistance is something you want to keep into consideration for the upcoming days, and perhaps we could even like place this trend line further back down, and you can see that this is actually still quite correct. So we are, each time we reach this area, we are getting a rejection underneath it, so that could be the case further on as well. So this is something you do want to actually monitor closely for sure. So for all the people who just came in, do not forget that we are going to find a stronghold on top of the $24.89, and if we do hold strong on top of this range, we will actually be seeing once more a touch point getting formed on top of this ascending support or a curved trend line towards the upside, and therefore we will still be inside of this parabolic movement towards the upside. And eventually, if Chainlink does see further increase within the upcoming weeks and days, once we are heading towards the $35.14, it is actually going to be a major level of resistance. But if we do break above this area, as I said previously during this video, I personally think that we are going to see a new all-time high getting created, because most of the times when we did actually break out above this range, we have seen that major increase in price action heading towards new all-time highs. So therefore I'm convinced that if we break out above the 78.6% Fibonacci, we are going to experience that major move towards the upside. But of course we have to keep in mind that if we head towards this area, we could as well see a decline taking place and a swift end momentum. But right now I think it is excellent to know that we are going to see a further decline towards the $24.89, but once we reach this area, I personally think that we will be creating a stronghold and see once more that momentum towards the upside taking place. So that is for sure absolutely interesting. So thank you very much. This was what I wanted to discuss on Chainlink. If no one does have any type of request that I could look at a cryptocurrency that you personally own and you would like me to look at the chart for you, please do not hesitate to place your request down below in the comment section. Otherwise, I will be right away heading towards the price action of Mana, and let's take a quick look at what we could possibly expect. So let's take a quick look right over here. So I thought we were seeing this yesterday. That was a minor, I wanted to say, falling wedge pattern, but unfortunately we have seen a continuation of this downturn. And what I think is absolutely right away very noticeable right here is that we are breaking down below our previous support. So that is for sure something that I think is absolutely interesting on this chart of Mana, that we are actually not holding strong on top of the $2.79. So that is something I think is quite unfortunate. So absolutely, this is also something you do want to, well, monitor closely. And I'm actually going to be placing the Fibonacci differently due to the fact that we are seeing even further decline in price action taking place. I will be heading towards the daily time frame to see how we could place the Fibonacci as good as possibly can, and I will be selecting just a Fibonacci retracement by selecting swing low towards swing high. You can clearly see that we are right now trading underneath this 0.786 Fibonacci at $2.99, and that we are right now retesting this previous support on the 4-hourly time frame. And unfortunately, we are not seeing right now a clear support being found on top of it. We would see a clear support being found on top of it, but therefore we would like to see this 4-hourly candle actually close on top of this level at $2.79. And what I think is important to know is that if we head towards the daily candle close, hourly, weekly, monthly, the 4-hourly close is not here, but if we see the 4-hour close is, if I'm right, it will be at 5 o'clock UTC. Since it's winter, it will be at 5 o'clock UTC. So I'm actually sure that we are going to expect this crossover or this candle close, not right now, but only in a couple of hours. So that is actually quite a bad thing, but perhaps it could be as well 6 o'clock. I'm just not sure right now, but it's from 9, 11, 11 till 3, 3 till 7. So at 3 o'clock there will be a candle close, if I'm right, and that will be very important to hold strong on top of the range where we are currently trading at. So of course, what I think is important to know right now on Mana, it is actually this amazing descending resistance. Why am I saying amazing? It's because it's actually amazing me how long we have already been in this downtrend. We have already seen multiple touch points below this descending resistance, and my question to me personally is, are we going to see a clear trend reversal within the upcoming weeks, or are we going to see or experience a further decline in price action? So those are the questions that you should ask yourself as well. And what is actually of utmost importance right here on Mana is to break out above this descending resistance and head straight back up. Otherwise, if we do not see this occur, it is likely that we're going to get rejected underneath this descending resistance and see it straight back down once again. So just to take a quick look at the current price action and we zoom in a bit closer, what we're seeing is that we want to hold strong on top of this $2.79 range. Otherwise, if we do actually break down below this area, I think it is quite likely that we are going to see that further decline, heading towards the $2.15 range. The reason why is because if we take a look at previous data, we have broken down below this area before, but it was quite a while ago. But if we look a little bit more closely, we could as well find support on top of the $2.41 range, and I think that is actually a quite more likely idea right now. But I would like to head towards the daily time frame actually to see what the possibilities are for sure. So if we place it like this, 1 second please. Yeah, I think this will be a better idea. We could be seeing a support being found on top of the $2.50, where we did find previously as well a support zone. So this is for sure a possibility. Instead of heading all the way down towards the $2.15, holding strong on top of the $2.50 is actually likely to occur if we are right now going to see a breakdown below this horizontal level of support. So this is what I wanted to show you, just as levels of support and resistance. And right now I would like to head straight back towards the 4-hourly time frame and discuss the MACD and the RSI. So on the MACD, we already experienced momentum towards the downside. That is for sure very visible right here. Unfortunately, we were heading towards a crossover right here, but we did see a continuation of momentum towards the downside instead of heading towards a crossover. So therefore, right now we are experiencing once more that decline in price action. And what I think is crucial right now, as I've seen previously, is to hold strong where we are currently trading at. Otherwise, heading back down towards the $2.50 is absolutely a possibility, or perhaps trade in between these two ranges before heading further up towards the upside. So right now, this is a crucial factor that you have to take into account. Also, if we head towards the 1-hourly time frame, you can see that we as well experience momentum towards the downside for quite a while right now, and that we are clearly still inside of this momentum. So therefore, if we do see a decline right now, it's likely to occur, but fortunately it won't be breaking down even further down below the $2.50 range, because we have already experienced quite a lot of momentum on the 1-hourly time frame, and I personally think we will be seeing a cooling down period taking place. So the 1-hourly time frame is giving me the confidence that we could perhaps hold strong where we are currently trading at. But just to be sure, I will be enabling the EMA ribbon, and what you're seeing is that the EMA ribbon is serving as a level of resistance on top of us. So therefore, if we are right now going to see a potential stronghold, what we do not want to see is that the EMA ribbon gets closer and eventually we are not able to break out above it. So therefore, we do break down below the horizontal level of support, where we are clearly right now finding support on top at $2.79, and unfortunately see the price action decline heading towards the $2.50 range. So that is for sure one of the possibilities. Also, what I think is absolutely crucial and very important on this chart today is that if we enable the RSI, we will be able to see something very interesting. So right here we are seeing a minor bullish divergence taking place on the 1-hourly time frame. This is of utmost importance because we are actually clearly seeing this lower low on the chart. So we are seeing this lower low right here, but what we are seeing on the RSI is actually the opposite taking place. We are seeing this higher low on the RSI. We are seeing a clear bullish divergence on mana on the 1-hourly time frame, and this is giving me the confidence that we are going to be able to hold strong on top of the level where we are currently trading at. And if we head towards the 4-hourly time frame, we are not seeing the exact same taking place, but what I think is good to know is that we are seeing actually a higher low on the RSI and a almost lower low on the chart. So if we do actually experience a further decline within the upcoming hours, we will be clearly seeing a bullish divergence. So therefore, holding strong above or underneath this range at $2.79 will actually be what I personally think will happen within the upcoming hours. Lastly, I would like to enable the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame. On the 4-hourly time frame, we are clearly seeing that the EMA ribbon is as well serving as a level of resistance above us, approximately at $2.99. So if we are going to find a stronghold where we are currently trading at, and we see an increase afterwards at the $2.99 range, we will be experiencing not just this horizontal level of resistance, but as well this EMA ribbon that will be serving as a level of resistance underneath us for sure. Just to summarize what we are currently seeing on mana, and what I think is very important is that if we do not actually hold strong on top of this $2.79, we could see a further decline heading towards the $2.50 range, where we clearly found support on top previously. Of course, this is one of the possibilities that I personally would not be very happy to see. I would prefer to see a stronghold where we are currently trading at, but the current trend of mana does not look absolutely bullish, so therefore I think heading towards the $2.50 is a very likely case. Eventually, if we head towards the $2.50, or if we hold strong where we are currently trading at, on both scenarios we want to actually create a stronghold and eventually see momentum towards the upside, breaking out above this descending resistance. Because if we do not break out above this descending resistance, it is high likely that we are going to see even further decline in price action. But if we do actually break out above this descending resistance, we could see that major move towards the upside once more getting started and a clear trend reversal getting created. So that is for sure absolutely something you want to take into consideration. And as well, if we see that increase in price action, we have to take into consideration that at $4.59 we will be seeing a major level of resistance. So therefore we could expect a rejection once we reach this zone, but if we do break out above it, we could eventually see a new all-time high getting created. So if you like the content so far, and if you are watching this live stream right now, do not forget to give me those thumbs ups down below. It will be highly appreciated, and you will be as well supporting the channel by doing so. So thank you very much already. And if you are as well right now willing to purchase this cryptocurrency and you do not have a platform to do so, do not forget that down below in the description you will be able to earn up to 4,100 USD Tether by using the link for Bybit. So that is absolutely important, and what is even more important is that if you use the link, you will be as well supporting the channel by doing so. So thank you very much already. Well, this being said, I would like to head towards Bitcoin and analyze what the current price action there is. But if anyone in the comment section is right now actually doubting, should I purchase a cryptocurrency, or if you have a cryptocurrency and you would like to know what the possible scenarios are going to be within the upcoming days and hours, do not forget to place a request in the comment section, and I will be absolutely taking a look at it and monitoring or seeing if your cryptocurrency what could perhaps secure within the upcoming hours and days. So thank you very much, guys, and I would like to discuss Bitcoin, but before actually doing so, I would like to take a quick look at this right here. So this is the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, and what I think is quite absurd right now is that if we take the max chart that's actually right here, you can see that this started in February 2018. We have only been at this type of fear. We have only seen this type of fear a few times actually. We saw this occur in November and December 2018. We saw this type of fear in February 2018. Actually throughout that year we did see multiple times, well, this far below the fear. We as well saw this type of fear once we were in August 2019. A further decline right there. We did see major fear. We did as well see major fear in March and April and May in 2020, when we were seeing that crash or the decline in price action in Bitcoin and as well in most major cryptocurrencies. And we have seen as well in July 2021 and July, August, we saw as well this major decline in fear. So most people right there, that was during this most recent decline before the decline that we are currently experiencing. So that was actually right here during this period of time. We did see as well major fear, and what we could clearly see right now if we head towards the chart is that at exact this period of time, it was actually the most bullish time or the best option to purchase crypto. So lots of people were very doubtful here. Should I buy Bitcoin? are we right now at the right time to purchase this cryptocurrency? And afterwards, boom, we saw this incredible leg towards the upside. We saw this incredible 133% increase in price action. So I must say right now that if you are very doubtful, if you are doubtful actually at all about this development, I must say that if you just look at the fear and greed index and as well at the previous price action, that every time the market is in such fear, we can clearly see that this is a great buying opportunity. So for Bitcoin right now, if we just look at the fear and greed index, especially right now, we are at the exact same fear levels where we were in July and August of 2021. So therefore, I'm convinced that we are going to experience, after this stronghold at top of the 40,719 US dollars, a major increase once more, and perhaps we could see, yes, that 133% move once again occur. And just to be that this is of course a possibility, this could as well not be the case, but let's say we are going to see a similar increase as what we have seen before after finding a stronghold on top of this range. Well, if we see a 130% increase, you can clearly see that we will be heading towards the $95,000 range. For sure, a critical range where lots of people will be very bullish on Bitcoin. I personally would be very bullish as well. But what I'm trying to say here is that we are on the feed and greed index actually seeing something very similar occur as what we have seen before, and still a lot of people are right now in doubt if they should buy cryptocurrencies. But I personally think that if you are not right now accumulating, you will be eventually very sorry you did not do so. So that is absolutely something I wanted to show you. And as well, before looking into the Bitcoin price action, I would like to discuss just for a small second this article. This article is 9 minutes and 39 seconds. I won't be reading it at all, but I just wanted to say that this is actually a very interesting article on Cointelegraph. It was published 5 hours ago, and it's the most bullish macro backdrop in 75 years. 5 things to watch in Bitcoin this week. What I think is important about this article is actually that if we take a quick look here, will 4,700 hold strong, and as well very consensus from over dire outlook for crash. So this is actually quite a nice topic, I think, right here. And something else I think is absolutely interesting is that the RSI hit the 2-year low. So you can see that this article is actually discussing a lot of topics, and I think it is absolutely very important for all people right now to watch this for sure. Also, you can see that the Bitcoin archive tweeted that we are right now at 2-year low on the RSI. So this is for sure a time to purchase, as we have seen before on the RSI once we crash this far below. So therefore I will be actually enabling the RSI right here, and we will be heading towards the weekly, no, perhaps, because they said that was a 2-year low. This was in February 2020. Yes, you can clearly see that. And right here, once we drop down below, in absolutely June, July, we were actually at this low. And right now we are as well even further down. So this is for sure very interesting to see. And the very last time that we actually broke down below the dotted line on the RSI, you could see as well that it was the best buying opportunity. So right now I'm actually very confident that we are going to see a further increase in Bitcoin, and that it is the time to purchase for sure, because otherwise you will be missing out. So enough of this topics right now. If you are interested in this article, please don't forget to go to Cointelegraph, sorry, and read a little bit more about this. So let's get started, guys, on Bitcoin and what we are currently seeing right here. So on the daily and as well on the 4-hourly time frame, we are actually inside of this falling wedge pattern. I prefer to look at it on the daily time frame so we could discuss this during the live stream. And what I think is important is that this is a confirmed pattern. We have seen multiple touch points below this descending resistance. We have seen as well multiple touch points on top of this descending support, and right now we are retesting the descending support once more. And if we zoom in a bit closer right now at the current price action of Bitcoin, what we can see is that we are holding strong on top of the $40,821, and that we could see actually a further decline heading towards the point right here at $37,536 US. So that is for sure something that I think is possible to occur in Bitcoin, that we are going to retest this entire yellow range, but that if we do break below it, I would be a little bit more concerned about the development. But as I said previously, the medics that we just discussed, the macro medics, and as well the fear and greed index are all showing us that this is a perfect opportunity to purchase cryptocurrencies. So that is absolutely something that you do not want to miss out on. And of course, if we see right now a further decline towards the 37,600 and, or well, no, I'm sorry, right here, I'm not sure why I'm not able to see the price. I don't think I placed a horizontal line at this point in time, so I will be placing it right this. And right now, yes, $37,591 US, a level that we could perhaps see getting reached within the upcoming hours and days. So that is for sure very interesting for me. Also, I'm seeing right here in the comment sections that there are a few comments passing through. I'm gonna wait for 37,000 for a juicy bounce play. Of course, I personally think that is a great strategy. I do have as well my buy orders already opened up at 37,500 and at 37,000 exactly to place a long position, especially because I'm expecting that we are going to see that exponential increase as we have seen priorly once more occur on Bitcoin, heading towards a new all-time high. And for sure, I think that is absolutely high likely to occur. And also, I'm seeing that Ilya Epping said good afternoon. So thank you very much, guys, for joining me on this live stream. I really appreciate it. And if you're liking the content, do not forget to give me a big thumbs up down below as well. It will be highly appreciated. So let's get further on Bitcoin. What I think is absolutely important is that if we eventually see a decline towards the $37,000, hold strong on top of this descending support, and eventually see a breakout occur above this descending resistance, finding once more a touch point on top of it, perhaps retesting the $14,719, we could see that major increase once more towards the $67,000. Why is this the case? It's because at the beginning of this pattern, we are actually looking at the previous high. So if we are seeing a breakout occur, we could head all the way towards the $67,000, and it is for sure a possible breakout that you do not want to miss out on, especially because we are going to see a 67% increase if this pattern plays itself out, as I right now think will occur, even if we do actually see a further decline towards the $37,000 range. So this was for sure what I wanted to look at right now in the immediate short term. Also, let's discuss the daily MACD, or sorry, EMA ribbon. Sorry for that. So the EMA ribbon is perfectly aligned with this descending resistance, and as well you can see that at $46,685 US, we are actually seeing a horizontal level of resistance, and as well the EMA ribbon aligning together with descending resistance. This will be a very difficult level to break out above. So right now, I personally think that a further decline and eventually a breakout occur above the descending resistance and the EMA ribbon would be actually better once we are right above the $40,000 level, and eventually see that breakout occur even further and the EMA ribbon becoming a level of support once more. Also, on the 4-hourly time frame, we are seeing that we are right now actually retesting the EMA ribbon. If we zoom in actually a bit further, you can see that we are right now getting rejected underneath this range. We tried to see an increase, but we got rejected once we reached the EMA ribbon. So right now, what I think is absolutely crucial is to see that breakout occur above the 4-hourly EMA ribbon and eventually see that momentum towards the upside taking place. So these are all factors that you would like to monitor very closely. On the 1-hourly time frame, we are as well seeing something very similar. The EMA ribbon is serving as a level of resistance. So right now, I'm doubtful if we are going to be able to hold strong on top of the $40,000, $40,719 or that if we are going to see a further decline towards a touch point on top of this descending support. Both scenarios are absolutely high likely, but I am actually more tempted to say that we are going to be seeing that decline instead of holding strong where we are currently trading at and eventually see that movement towards the upside. Also, let's discuss the RSI and the MACD right away on both the 4-hourly and 1-hourly time frame. But before doing so, I would like to take a look at the description where I'm seeing Arizona Bitcoin Slim. I think the bounce play gonna hit 45 to 48, and from there we are going south to new lows. So you are saying that we are going to see an even further decline. Well, I must say that I do not agree with your theory, and I will discuss that later on, so I will note it down right now. So yeah, I noted it down so I could discuss that after discussing the MACD and the RSI. So on the MACD, we already experienced momentum towards the downside. So if they do right now see actually further momentum, I personally think that it will be quite good if we do eventually hold strong on top of this descending support. The reason why is because if we eventually hold strong on top of this range and we already experience momentum towards the downside, we will be seeing a momentum decline if we do see a stronghold created on top of this area, and therefore a crossover could occur or will occur at that point in time, and we will see an exponential increase in price action, but as well we will be seeing a increase in the momentum indicator, so that would be quite good for me for sure. And what is something else that I think is good to know, that if we are right now going to see even further decline in momentum, we are as well going to experience a crossover on the 4-hourly time frame MACD, and therefore we could expect that major decline even further towards this touch point on top of this descending resistance, heading towards the $37,591 inside of the yellow area. So that is something I think as well is not actually quite bad, because if we do see a stronghold getting found on top of these two levels of support, it is likely that we are going to eventually see a decline in momentum towards the downside, is similar to what we have seen previously, and therefore we could expect afterwards a crossover taking place and major momentum towards the upside getting started. So that is for sure a few aspects that I think are very important for the immediate short term. And lastly, I would like to look at the RSI. So on the RSI, what I think is actually crucial right now is that we priorly saw, well, I would like to say a minor bearish divergence, sorry for that, due to the fact that we were seeing, well, this lower high and we were seeing an equal high on the RSI. Therefore, we did experience this decline, what we are right now seeing. And I think the RSI does actually look good to me, especially because we are quite far down below on the 4-hourly time frame. So if we are going to see that decline heading towards the descending support and as well the yellow area, it is high likely that we are actually going to find a stronghold on top of these ranges, due to the fact that we are going to see as well a further decline on the RSI and eventually a breakdown below the dotted line. So therefore I'm expecting to see, well, a stronghold getting found on top of this descending support and as well on top of the $37,591 range. So the RSI is absolutely looking very well, and if we do actually see at that point in time as well a crossover occur on the MACD of momentum towards the upside and experience an increase in price action, it is very important that we will still have plenty of space on the RSI to see further continuation towards the upside. So this is looking absolutely bullish to me if we do see this scenario playing itself out. Also on the 1 hourly time frame, we are already breaking actually almost down below the dotted line. So this is giving me a confidence that if we do break down further below, as I said previously, we will for sure hold strong on top of this descending support, and that is something I'm actually not doubtful about at all, because I think it is clear to me, the indicators are showing us that we won't be able to see a major decline right now taking place, and that we are most likely going to find a stronghold of support on top of this descending support, and eventually as well on top of the $37,000 area. So, well, I wanted to discuss these two indicators, and as well I wanted to take a quick look at what was said in the comment section, because we are seeing let's say Arizona Bitcoin is saying that it is likely that we are going to see a increase in price action heading towards the $45,000. So we are going to head towards the $45,000 or $48,000. So heading towards this level of resistance, horizontal resistance above us, and that we are going to actually get rejected underneath this area, and we are going to see a further decline towards new lows. Well, I personally do not agree with this theory due to the fact that I already discussed this during the beginning of the Bitcoin price action. I do not think that right now is actually the right time to say that we are going to see even a further decline, especially because if we take a look at the RSI, for example, we can clearly see that the very last time that we broke down below the RSI was actually on the 26th of May in 2021, or actually on the 21st of May of 2021. And after that point in time, we did see a minor further decline. But what I think is important is that we actually saw the best possible time to purchase crypto. So this is for me right now a possibility that right now is actually the greatest time to purchase a cryptocurrency. Yes, you are right that the very last time we did see an increase, rejection, and afterwards a further decline taking place, but that is something I am still doubtful about, that we are perhaps not going to see this scenario playing itself out, because I am actually very concerned that if we break actually further down below this yellow line, that we will be actually seeing further decline below the $29,000 range, and I don't think that is actually very bullish at all. So it will be quite devastating for the overall trend. So therefore I'm saying that I do think that if we do see a further decline after reaching the 46,000, it could be possible that, but we are going to once more find a stronghold on top of the $37,519 or on top of the $37,000 there, because if we do decline further, it will be quite devastating for the trend, and I don't think that we will still be inside of this bullish scenario that we are seeing so far, because we won't be anymore creating those higher lows clearly on the weekly time frame. Well, you can see that we are still very much seeing these beautiful higher highs, higher lows on the chart on the weekly time frame. And if we do actually see an increase towards the $46,000, afterwards a decline, and if we do not hold strong on top of the $37,000 range but decline towards the 29 or perhaps 26 level, it will be absolutely devastating for the trend, due to the fact that we won't be seeing anymore a higher low getting created, and at that point in time I will be more concerned about the Bitcoin development for sure. So for me personally, it is of utmost importance to stay on top of the $37,000 range. Otherwise I will be a little bit more doubtful about what the possible price action is going to look like, and if we are not going to see an even further decline within the upcoming months, instead of seeing that possible breakout occur above this descending resistance, as I discussed previously, a possible breakout above a descending resistance, finding support on top of the $40,719 range, and head straight back up all the way towards the previous all-time high, seeing that exponential increase. So please let me know if you do agree with the theory. Otherwise, I would as well like to hear your personal opinion. And if you are right now actually watching this live stream and you have a cryptocurrency that you would like me to take a look at or discuss during this video, do not forget that you are able to place a request down below in the description, or sorry, down below in the comment section. And I would actually highly appreciate that, so I could take a look at a cryptocurrency of your own choice. Otherwise, if you do not have any requests, I will be actually heading towards Cardano, that I want to discuss for sure, due to the fact that I think there is quite interesting price action going on there, and that we have to monitor actually a few things very closely right now. So that is for sure absolutely important. So I'm not seeing any types of requests coming right now. Well, if you are not yet following me on Twitter, do not forget to do so. Down below in the description underneath social and info, you will be able to find the link towards my Twitter. Actually, it will be highly appreciated, and more importantly, you will stay up to date about all upcoming live stream, but as well all videos that I uploaded on YouTube. So absolutely something you do not want to miss out on, and it will be of utmost importance to support this channel. Well, I'm not seeing any types of requests so far, so therefore I'm actually going to discuss Cardano right now. And what I think is important about the current Cardano price action is that we are inside of this falling wedge pattern. Unfortunately, right now we are seeing that the 4-hourly time frame candle is breaking way further down below this descending resistance. We did already see multiple touch points actually on top of this range, and right now we are currently seeing that we are experiencing a breakdown underneath this descending support. So this is for sure very concerning to me, because we won't be staying inside of this falling wedge pattern on the 4-hourly time frame. That is actually quite significant, because we are seeing that this is a confirmed pattern so far. So if we would have seen, instead of a breakdown, a support being found on top of this range and a breakout occur above this descending resistance, we could have seen a major increase all the way towards the $1.55. But of course, currently we are not seeing this taking place, so I would like to zoom in a bit closer and see what we are currently expecting. So by getting started, I would like to look at the 1-hourly time frame. You can see that on the 1-hourly time frame, we are actually already experiencing a confirmed breakdown. The reason why is because we are actually already breaking down below this descending support. But what is good to know is that priorly we have seen this as well. So therefore, it is likely that we are going to be able to head straight back up again. And what is good to know is that we are actually going to monitor the 4-hourly time frame more closely, due to the fact that if we actually are able to close this 4-hourly candle on top of this descending support, it still will be a confirmed pattern that is not yet broken down or broken out or broken down underneath. So that is for sure some of the possibilities, and therefore I would like to take a look right away at the levels that I've drawn right here. So the $1.15 range was quite important to me, because that was the level where we did actually clearly see a support being found on top. Unfortunately, we are right now seeing a decline underneath, and right now I personally think that the $1.06 level is highly likely to get reached. Why is this the case? It's because if we head further back on the daily time frame and look at previous data, zoom in a bit closer, you can see that right here on top of the $1.06, we have been able to find support on top. Well, support on top as well. We have seen multiple candle wicks heading towards this range and actually getting supported or being able to reverse themselves at that point in time. So therefore, I think it is likely that we are going to see right now at this possible time at $1.06 a stronghold getting found. So that is for sure why I personally think that we are going to be able to create a stronghold on top of the $1.06 area. But as well, let's take a quick look at the 4-hourly time frame and see what the RSI is actually showing us. So if we head towards the RSI, what I think is good to know is that we are already quite far below. Therefore, if we do right now see even further decline in price action, it is highly likely that we are going to see a breakdown occur below the dotted line and eventually as well experience a bullish divergence due to the fact that we would be seeing a lower low and a higher low on the RSI as we are seeing right now. So we are already actually experiencing a bullish divergence. Sorry for that, I did not realize that until I draw it. And yeah, well, this is actually very good to me to see this, that we are experiencing this bullish divergence due to the fact that this could help us close this 4-hourly candle above this descending support. Otherwise, if we do see this decline underneath it, heading towards the $1.06 range is for sure a possibility. But what we do not want to actually see is that even further decline taking place, heading towards the 1 of Fibonacci at $90. So that would be quite devastating for me personally to see on the chart. Of course, I will be purchasing even more Cardano at $90 because it's such a cheap price for Cardano for sure. But unfortunately, we are right now still looking at this decline. So perhaps we are going to reach that range, but of course, this 4-hourly time frame candle is not yet closed, and as I said previously, we would like to see a close occur above this descending support. Otherwise, we would like to start to see a further decline perhaps taking place as well. On the RSI, on the 1-hourly time frame, we are already experiencing actually a breakdown below the dotted line. Therefore, I think it is quite likely that we are going to see eventually a stronghold getting found on top of this descending support within the upcoming hours. And what I think is good to know is that, yeah, we still have as well plenty of space towards the upside on the RSI. So if we right now see an increase in price action taking place, we could still see a major movement towards the upside getting started due to the fact that we have plenty of space on the RSI on both the 1-hourly and 4-hourly time frame. So yeah, well, so far this is what I wanted to look at on the chart, but I would like to discuss as well the MACD. So the MACD, actually we have already seen major decline in momentum towards the downside. What I think is actually quite good to see, because due to the fact that we already experienced this major momentum towards the downside, we could right now start seeing a decline in this momentum taking place, and that could lead towards a crossover eventually on the 1-hourly time frame, seeing once more momentum towards the upside taking place and heading towards a retest underneath this descending resistance, perhaps being able to break out above it and seeing that major increase towards the $1.55 range on Cardano taking place. Also, if we take a look at the 4-hourly time frame, we are actually seeing that the crossover just occurred several hours ago at approximately 12 o'clock it occurred. So let's say 3 hours ago we did see this crossover on the MACD, and what I think is important is that this could lead towards a further decline in price action. So what is absolutely crucial right now is to see that stronghold on top of this descending support. As I've said already multiple times, I know that I've said this, but it is because it is absolutely important to see this occur. Otherwise, heading towards the $90 range is a possibility for Cardano, and I do think that most of Cardano holders won't be actually that glad to see Cardano reach these ranges. But what I think is important to know is that if you are not yet actually purchased Cardano and you are willing to do so, right now purchasing Cardano at these cheap prices is actually a very good opportunity for 2022. I absolutely think that you will be able to see major returns if you purchase this crypto. I will be personally as well purchasing many more if we reach the $1.06, but as well I will be purchasing even more at $90 if we do actually see that further decline taking place. And if you do not have a platform to do so, do not forget that down below in the description you will be able to earn up to 4,100 USD Tether by using the link down below towards Bybit, and this is only for first time depositors, so do not forget that for sure. So right now this is the only cryptocurrency that I still wanted to discuss during this live stream on my list. So if anyone has actually any type of requests, they will be absolutely very helpful right now. So if you want me to look at a cryptocurrency that you personally own right now, do not forget to place a comment down below with the cryptocurrency of your own choice. Also, do not forget to vote on Twitter to this tweet right here that I posted approximately 1 hour ago, where you will be able to tell me which altcoin I should discuss tomorrow. So that is for sure absolutely something you do not want to miss out on. And as well, guys, I'm actually going to be live tomorrow once more. So if you are interested in seeing me once more live, do not forget to join in and tune in tomorrow. I'm not sure at which time, but it would be in the morning instead of in the afternoon as I'm doing right now. So I'm not seeing any type of comments so far, so I think it is actually a good idea to take a quick look at Phantom. Why I think it is a good idea to take a look at this cryptocurrency is because I'm actually quite sure we are going to experience check out Mana. Yeah, I have already checked out Mana during this live stream. If you want me to look at Mana once more, it would be actually not as fair for everyone. So if you want to look at Mana, please just look at the prior minutes when I discussed Mana already. I will be actually starting off by looking at the Phantom chart and selecting this Fibonacci retracement from swing low towards swing high. Of course, let's take a look at where we are currently trading at, and what you can see right away is that we are actually holding strong, or breaking down, you could say that as well, underneath the 50 range of Fibonacci at 0.5 and $2.20. Well, this is of course a level that we would like to see actually a stronghold getting created on top. So right now I would say we have to monitor this price action very closely, and what is important to see is that this is the 4-hourly candle, so therefore we still have time to see this candle actually close. So we could perhaps be seeing right now a decline in price action taking place, but of course we could see as well within the upcoming hours once more an increase, and eventually the candle closing above the 0.5 of Fibonacci at $2.20. What I think is important about the $2.20 is that we are actually seeing previously resistance underneath, support on top, and if we do extend this line a bit further, you can clearly see that priorly we actually got rejected underneath, so resistance underneath, and we did actually, if we head even further, see resistance underneath and support on top. So this is a crucial level where we are currently trading at, and what I think is important is that we want to see actually a stronghold getting created where we are right now. So I'm also seeing that there is a comment down below for checking out Quant. I will be doing that for sure within the couple of seconds, so therefore I will be actually being a bit faster with this cryptocurrency, and I will be looking at just a few things. For sure we will be discussing this beautiful pattern that we are seeing. Well, I would like to place it from here on, but perhaps it's better if I do it like this right here, and I would like to say we are almost seeing a breakdown occur underneath this area. Well, let's say like this. That would be actually quite unfortunate due to the fact that I could have seen right now a decline underneath this area. This is right for sure not a confirmed pattern, due to the fact that we have not seen enough touch points on top of this descending support. So therefore I'm not going to leave this right here, but what I'm going to do is actually leave this descending resistance as a level of resistance that we want to see a breakout occur above, find support on top of it, and head straight back down, straight back up. Otherwise, if we do not see a breakout occur above this descending resistance and see further continuation towards the upside, it is likely that we are going to see actually a decline underneath this area and see a further decline. Of course, where are we actually going to see possible levels of support and resistance? So therefore, I would like to place a Fibonacci fixed range volume profile from swing low towards swing high. And what we are seeing is that the fixed range volume profile does not want to cooperate. So we will be doing it once more. Unfortunately, it doesn't work today. So therefore, I'm going to just take a look at the levels of Fibonacci. And what you're seeing here is that actually at this exact point in time in the immediate short term, we did actually see a stronghold getting found of support. So therefore, if we do right now see a further decline, the $2.05 range is for me personally a level where we could perhaps see support getting found on top. Also, let's take a look at the RSI on the 4-hourly and 1-hourly time frame. So on the 4-hourly time frame, I'm actually not sure at all, guys, but it's taking quite a while for these to load. We are seeing a minor bullish divergence right now. We are seeing this because we are experiencing a lower low on the chart and a higher low on the RSI. So therefore, if we do right now see a further decline in price action, it is likely that we are going to hold strong right now where we are currently trading at, because we are seeing that minor bullish divergence on the 4-hourly time frame. And what I think is absolutely important to take into consideration right now is that if we do see a further decline towards the $2.04 range, we will be breaking out as well below the dotted line on the RSI. Therefore, we could see an increase in price action afterwards taking place. So clearly, we could be seeing a decline towards the $2.04, but if we reach this area, a decline, or sorry, a stronghold and a increase in price action is likely to occur for sure. Also on the 1-hourly time frame, let's take a quick look what we are currently seeing. And what you can of course see right here is that we are experiencing the exact same bullish divergence. We are seeing a lower low on the chart and a higher low on the RSI. Absolutely a bullish divergence. So I'm actually convinced that we are going to stay underneath the $2.20 range where we are right now, because I think it is quite unlikely that we are going to see that further decline taking place if we are experiencing a bullish divergence on both the 1-hourly and 4-hourly time frame. But just to make sure, let's take a quick look at the MACD as well. So by enabling the MACD, you can see that we already experienced major momentum towards the downside on the 1-hourly time frame. Therefore, we could right now see a stronghold getting found underneath this range, and eventually as well a decline in its momentum strength, heading towards the crossover on the 1-hourly time frame and seeing once more an increase in price action taking place. So these are, of course, is this a possibility? If we take a look at the 4-hourly time frame, well, right here we did already experience for quite a while momentum towards the downside. We were heading towards a crossover, but right now we are seeing a continuation of that momentum towards the downside. So this is actually a little bit concerning to me, but of course, because we already experienced this major momentum towards the downside, it could be possible that we are not going to experience that more momentum anymore, especially because we are seeing those both bullish divergences on the 4-hourly and 1-hourly time frame. So right now, for the immediate short term, holding on strong underneath the $2.20 area is perhaps the option I think will be more likely to occur. But if we would see a further decline towards the $2.04, it is still likely that we are going to see a major stronghold there, and afterwards that major movement towards the upside taking place, breaking out above this descending resistance and seeing a continuation of momentum towards the upside, due to the fact that that if this does occur, a breakout does occur above this descending resistance, we will be seeing a trend reversal taking place, and as well a major move getting created. So as requested by Bitcoin Slim, I'm going to take a quick look to Quant. So for all of you who do not know this cryptocurrency, Quant is a top 100 cryptocurrency. If I'm right, I think it is, yeah, 60 place. It should be in the top 100. Current price is 181 US dollars. The market cap is 2 billion. And I think it is actually quite good to know that if we head towards the all-time, we are right now retesting previous levels of support. So I think it is quite likely that we are going to see actually a stronghold there. But let's take a quick look at what the chart is showing us so far. So Quant USD. One second, please, guys. Just making sure I've got them here and heading towards Quant. So actually, what I think is quite nice to take a look at is the price compared to Bitcoin. Why am I going to look at the price compared to Bitcoin? Because this could give us an indication if we are going to see, well, further increase. Well, we have already seen this major decline, and we are accumulating for quite a long time. We have been accumulating approximately around this range, where we priorly did as well see support and resistance being found. So yeah, we have been trading at approximately in between these two areas, and I think that is quite good to know, because if we do accumulate for quite a while in these ranges, it is absolutely likely that if we break out above this horizontal level of resistance, we could experience that major surge or major increase in price compared to Bitcoin. So that is for sure something I think is interesting to know. But let's get a quick look at the price compared to the US dollar. So right here, we already thought it would be declining. That is the last time I checked Quant, so I'm sorry for that, guys. I'm just not holding this crypto, so I do not look into this very often. But what I think is important is to see what the current price action could do right now. So if I take a quick look, I select this trend line, I could say that we are going to see a possible pattern. Why? Well, it is this pattern right here, but as you can see, unfortunately, we are breaking down underneath it. So this is a possibility. This could be the pattern, but I'm actually not convinced that this is the pattern that we should be looking at. Why? Because I think there is as well a second pattern that might be as well very accurate, and that could be right now a better possible option. Therefore, I'm going to select just these 2 points right here. I'm going to place this exactly like that, and I'm going to take a look at this, so like this. I think this is a better pattern so far, because it just suits the chart better, if you ask me, and it is a falling wedge. So this is a falling wedge pattern, and we are clearly heading towards a touch point on top of this area. So yeah, we have already seen 2 touch points on top of this descending support, and we have as well seen multiple touch points underneath this descending resistance. So the descending resistance line is a confirmed trend line, and to see a confirmation, we would like to actually see a stronghold getting found on top of this descending support. Otherwise, if we do break down below this area, this won't be a confirmed pattern. So that is absolutely something you would like to take into consideration. Also, let's take a look at the EMA ribbon right away. And what I'm actually still doubtful about is that if I place the Fibonacci right, but yeah, now the Fibonacci is well placed, so that's fine. So yeah, the EMA ribbon is still loading on the 4-hourly time frame. What you can see is that we are actually getting rejected by the EMA ribbon right underneath us. That is quite right above us, so that is quite unfortunate. We are right now seeing a clear rejection taking place and a major candle towards the downside. So that is a unfortunate scenario. What I think is good to know is that we would like to see actually stronghold getting created on top of this descending support. Otherwise, we could see an even further decline heading towards the $147.72. So this is absolutely something you would like to monitor closely. So this being said, I would like to enable right away the MACD to see what the possible scenarios are within the upcoming hours, and if we are going to actually experience momentum towards the upside or not. So we were actually already experiencing momentum towards the downside. We did see a decline in this momentum towards the downside, but unfortunately right now we are seeing this major candle towards, well, breaking down, and we are seeing a continuation of momentum towards the downside on the 4-hourly time frame. What I think is good to know about this is that if we do actually see a stronghold on top of this descending support, we could see as well a decline taking place and eventually heading towards a crossover. But as well, due to the fact that we are seeing this major candle towards the downside, we could see a further decline in price action heading towards that 147 US dollar price target. So these are of course possible options. Also, if we take a look at the 1-hourly time frame, I'm very sorry that this is very slowly loading today, so I would actually appreciate it if we could have seen a bit of a faster charting chart. I'm very sorry for this, guys. I really thought it was working well. It was actually working well until now, but what we are seeing is as well a decline for sure. I was not actually doubtful about that, and what I think is good to know is that we are perhaps going to find a stronghold where we are currently trading at. So therefore we could see a decline taking place and eventually a crossover occur of momentum towards the upside. But due to the fact that we are seeing as well that severe momentum towards the downside taking place on the 4-hourly time frame, I am actually doubtful that we are going to be able to hold strong where we are currently trading at, and I think it is more likely that we are going to see an even further decline in price action heading towards that $147 level. So that is of course my personal opinion, but I think it does not look very good so far. So that is also the reason why I personally think that we are going to experience even a further decline. But of course, this 4-hourly candle is not yet closed, so if this candle is able to close on top of this descending support, it is likely that we are going to continue inside of this pattern, and eventually we could see a major movement taking place if we do hold strong on top of this area. Because if we hold strong there and see a continuation of momentum towards the upside and a breakout occur above this descending resistance, we could see a major surge in price action heading towards the $206 level, because that was the beginning of this pattern, and that would be as well the price target where we will be heading towards if we do see a breakout occur. But right now, what is for me absolutely a concern is that if we do not hold strong on top of this area, we could see a further decline towards the $147. Lastly, I would like to discuss the RSI, and on the RSI we are actually seeing a minor bullish divergence taking place, and this is giving me confidence that we could see the 4-hourly candle close actually be able to hold strong on top of this descending support. The reason why we are seeing a bullish divergence is because we are clearly seeing a lower low on the chart right now, but we are seeing a higher low on the RSI so far. So on the 4-hourly time frame, I think this does actually look very good to see a possible stronghold getting created where we are currently trading at. And lastly, on the 1-hourly time frame, if it does load, I will be looking at the RSI as well, but in the meanwhile, I will be taking a look at the comment section, where I can see that Arizona Bitcoin Slim says, appreciate your work, bro, thanks. So thank you very much. And you are also saying, could you please analyze Gala? Well, I would definitely love to, but unfortunately I do not have any spare time left due to the fact that I do have an appointment later on today. So I actually wanted only to discuss quant, and afterwards I will be unfortunately ending this live stream. So what I think is important right here on the 1-hourly time frame as well is that we are clearly seeing a lower low and a still higher low on the RSI. So if we do actually hold strong where we are currently trading at, it is likely that we are going to be able to find a support on top of our previous descending support and eventually see that surge heading towards once more a touch point underneath this descending resistance. So thank you very much for watching this live stream so far. I'm very sorry I'm not able to, well, stay here a little bit longer. Tomorrow I will be in the morning live, and I will for sure be staying a bit longer, but today I still have appointments left, so that is the reason why I will be actually leaving this live stream right now. But before I'm going, I would highly appreciate if you could give me those thumbs ups down below, due to the fact that you will be supporting the channel absolutely a lot by doing so. So thank you guys, and have a nice day. Bye bye.